I don't usually tell this to people. Not because it's impressive, I don't like talking about the week it all went wrong. I worked nights, I did double shifts. My ex offered to watch our daughter while I covered an extra night. It was supposed to be quick. I signed the custody note, thinking paperwork was proof, and left her the house key. I remember dropping her off, and the air smelled like the street after rain, and someone had a cigarette under the deli light. That night at work, I kept checking my phone. I thought about dinner, whether she'd eat stuff. Around 9, I got a text. I can't keep her tonight. Like that, no call, no, sorry. I called, it went to voicemail, I called again. The number rang and then went dead. I left my shift, ran across 3 blocks, tripped on a curb. Crumbs from a sandwich were in my pocket because I had to go. The door was open when I got there. My daughter's toys, gone. The small table where she kept crayons was empty. Her stuffed rabbit wasn't on the couch. I called my ex's name. No answer. The apartment felt too clean, like someone had swept away the normal. I checked rooms, closets, nothing. No sign she was ever there, except the note I signed. I tried every number I knew. Her phone stayed dead. I asked the neighbor, the one with the old dog who chews his slippers. He shrugged, said he hadn't seen them. I remember his porch light flickering lazy. Then, a week later, 2 plain people from social services showed up at my job. Middle of lunch. The soup went cold. They had papers. Temporary custody order. Someone had called and said I left my child alone. I laughed. I showed them receipts. My boss wrote down my shift times. I had timestamps, messages, my sweaty thumb on the note I signed. They sat and listened, polite, like hearing a confused man doesn't hurt them. The order stayed. They said it's routine to check. They said it's for the child's safety. After that, there were calls, reports. Little reports filed by someone who knew how to make them look like concern. The kind of person who uses forms like arrows. I started to see patterns. Notes said crowded apartment, possible substance use, no adult at home. All not true, but the people who read the notes saw a pattern. A pattern is easy to use. I asked around. I found one neighbor, older woman, retired, smelled of boiled tea, had a long feud with me over parking. She had a notebook. She wrote things down, names, times, little complaints. I went to her door. She watched me from behind lace curtains like someone watching a slow movie. She didn't deny it, said she was worried, said she called, said she wanted the best for kids in the building. It felt like being slowly pinned. Every form she sent, every anonymous call was a small pebble. Alone, a pebble is nothing. 100 pebbles make a pile. The system took the pile seriously. I tried to show receipts, grocery stamps, clock-ins, the laundromat ticket with my time. I made people call my co-workers. A few stepped up. The woman who runs the corner shop remembered selling me cat food at midnight. A security guard said he saw me with a stroller, but courtrooms and forms moved different. The reports had dates and official numbers. The social worker kept saying, "We have to follow protocols." I listened to them like a radio and thought about how many emails a person writes in a week without knowing the harm each one might carry. There were meetings, waiting rooms. My daughter stayed with my ex's cousin. We got paperwork and a list of what to do to prove fitness. It felt like proving you are a person with receipts. One night I cried in my car, and I don't like crying in cars. The neighbor's blinds were open, and she watched like she was counting. I thought about the little things. The napkin where my daughter scribbled Dada with a crooked heart. I kept it in my wallet. It became my proof in a world that wanted records. Weeks later, the truth came out. The neighbor had filed calls under different names, used different phones, faxed complaints from payphones. She knew how to make notes sound official. She did it quietly, over months. Why? She had been angry about a parking space we once took. Ridiculous. Small grudge made big. The worst part isn't that she lied. It's that it worked. The system eats many tiny things and spits out big consequences. We got my daughter back eventually. It cost money. It cost trust. It cost days I will never get. People who should have asked simple questions trusted papers more. Now, sometimes I get a call and my heart tightens. I check my phone expecting a storm. I keep the napkin. I still work. Sometimes, when my daughter laughs, I see the blank face behind the curtains, the neighbor, sitting still. I don't know if she stopped. I don't know if she will try again. I think about how easy it was for someone to use forms, phone lines, and patient repetition to almost take my kid. That keeps me awake more nights than the shifts ever did.